Junkyard Junkie, back here with another video. Today we'll be doing a tool review and a giveaway on this C-Reader 3001. It's made by Launch. It's OBD2 scan tool. Okay, so if you look at the back of it, it's got the IM readiness test to see if your car will pass emissions. It's got freeze frame data, OBD2, so connect to anything 96 or newer. Live data on a cheap scan tool, I think this is about 30 bucks, is a really nice feature, and you can diagnose a lot of stuff with that. So we're going to go ahead and open it up and look inside. Okay, inside we get our reader. It's real nice and compact. It does have a little shield for the OBD2 port, and then a cable. I wonder if that's to update it. So it's got a plug-in right there. I believe it said it was updatable, so that's actually really cool too. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right in and go hook it up to a car. All we gotta do is first take off this little plastic piece. Pulls right out, and you have your connector. Okay, so this is what you get right off the bat. You get diagnosis, DTC lookup, tool setup, and help. So we'll go to help. You can learn about OBD2, about your IM, and about the tool. But if you go to about data stream, you can actually figure out what everything is, like short-term fuel trims down here. Short-term fuel trim value represents the short-term relation of fuel metering on a fuel-injected engine. Short-term fuel trim value with a positive percentage is a rich fuel trim. If a negative percentage is present, the fuel trim is lean. So along with short-term fuel trims, I mean, you can literally look up anything if you don't know what it is. So like if you don't know what the MAF sensor is or what that stands for, you can click on it. It tells you the mass airflow rate, indicated the mass of air entering the engine. So with that being said, I think this is a very handy feature because sometimes they have weird ways of doing things and spelling things that not everybody knows anyways. So this will give you at least an idea of what you're looking for or what something does. Maybe you see a data PID that you've never seen before. This will tell you what it is. Okay, so the help is just giving you helpful information. So if you go to DTC lookup, you can actually input your code, which it should tell you what your codes are anyways. But say you have a P0420. I'll hit OK. And it gives you an overview of what that code entails. Now we'll go to diagnose. Okay, and if you look here, we have readiness OK, 8. We have readiness incomplete, 0. And readiness not available, 2. So if I went for emissions right now, going off that, you could you'd pass because you just don't want any that are incomplete, have 0 DTCs in the ECU, and this is on a Mazda. I know this vehicle in particular, I've had other scan tools not be able to read anything off of it, so I am pretty good with that. So you can go to read codes, erase codes, IM readiness, data stream, which that's what I really want to look at. For the price point, if you can get data stream, data PIDs, it could be well worth the money. Crank it up. Okay, it says we're in closed loop. That's what the CL stands for. So we'll go down. There's your short-term fuel trim, bank 1. Long-term fuel trim, bank 1. And those are good numbers. You got your map sensor, RPM, Spark Advance, So you actually get a lot of information here. Runtime is 53 seconds. It's in kilometers, so we're going to go back to the menu and see if we can change that real quick. Tool setup, unit measurement, imperial. Go back into it real quick. Okay. So we have no codes, but if we hit read codes, it would show us right here. I'll see if I can find a vehicle with codes in it. That way we can show you. So we'll go on down to data stream. There we go, we got inches of mercury for our map sensor. Throttle positions at 13.7. It's a little bit slow on its data, but you could still get the job done. It says it has a total of 37 data PIDs, which is good. Oh cool, it says clear distance, so it's been 640 miles since I've had to clear a code in this car. Okay, something that I want to throw in here real quick was this clear distance. What you can do is, if this is real low, if you go to buy a car from someone, take this scan tool with you. That way, if the number is really low, you know that they just cleared the light. So if it has less than, let's say, 75 miles on it, unless they can prove to you that whatever was wrong with it is fixed, I wouldn't just take anybody's word for it. This little tool can tell you, that way you don't get scammed. Cat temp, that's really nice information. It's a little bit slow to go to the next data PID list. As you can see, this has ambient air temperature sensor, the AAT. So that's really cool. So we'll go back. Freeze frame, but I don't have any codes, so I don't know if it stored any from previous codes. Yeah. O2 sensor test. Bank 1 sensor 1. Okay, this vehicle does not support it. You got evap system, onboard monitoring. You can look at all the max and min values for all these. But right here is something I found that was really cool. You can actually look at your misfires, so you can see if you're having misfires on any of your cylinders. If you go in there, as you can see, the value right now is 0 misfires. So you got IM readiness, this drive cycle, or since DTCs have cleared. So since it's cleared, you have okay. So that's good. That's what you want to pass emissions if you live in a state that, or county that requires that. If it says incomplete, then you're going to have to fix something. Let's see. Evap system, vehicle information. Let's see if it'll pull up like the VIN number. It did say something about it could read VINs. And it does. I'll have to blur that out, but there's the VIN. Evap system. Okay, so with us looking at everything we did, we'll plug it up to a few more cars just to, look. But honestly, as of right now, I'm really happy with its performance for its price point. This would be a good little scanner to throw in your car, and if you or your buddies need to look at a code that comes up, this would be plenty sufficient to do that. So at least they give you, an idea of where to go with it. Okay, so with that being said, I'll go check a few more vehicles with this, and then we'll come back. Okay, so now that we're in a car with a check engine light, we'll just hit diagnose. As you can see, DTCs in the ECU is 5, so we should have 5 codes. We'll go to read codes. Okay, so if you look here, we got a P0401 exhaust gas, so your EGR. So it gives you the code up here, P0, and then on P0430, it's current, 2 out of 10, generic, and then it gives you a description of what the problem is. Cylinder 4 misfire detected. Okay, so we're going to erase codes. Clear reset. Blah, are you sure? Yes. Okay, so after you erase codes, just so you know, you may have to drive it for a certain amount of miles or a certain amount of time, or you have to do so many startups before it will let the IM readiness be ready. If you go here, you'll see that there will be incomplete ones. Catalyst, O2, all that. So all that's incomplete right now. Misfire cylinder 4. So we got a bad misfire on cylinder 4, and you can feel it throughout the whole truck. So now we would know to go straight to cylinder 4 instead of messing with any of the 8 cylinders. Okay, so after having this for a few days, I've checked a bunch of vehicles. It works very well for what you get. The main thing is live data. I feel like that right there can lead you in the right direction a lot of the times. Or for DIYer, the just generic codes giving you an idea of where to go. If it says it's your MAF sensor or a misfire, you know where to go. You got direction, and that's very important. And it's so small and compact, you could just throw it in your glove box and you could use it whenever you need it. So overall, I definitely would recommend this scan tool. It's actually a lot better than I thought it would be. I know Launch is a good brand, but it's a cheap scan tool. I will be leaving links to this down in the description, so if you go down there and check it out, you can pick one up. But I will be doing a giveaway for this one. It is my first giveaway, so all you gotta do is subscribe and leave a comment. And then after 5 days, I will go through and write everybody down and do a random number generator to pick the winner, and then I will get in contact with you. If you found this video helpful, please give me a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.